Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. I am your host, Darren James, pleased to be here with all of you guys here today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like, also subscribe to the channel, but make sure you hit that bell for notifications, that way you don't miss any future notifications from my channel. So I don't know how many of you guys are horror fans, or fans of the horror comedy genre, then this is the episode here today for you guys, because fans worldwide got some interesting news, which is that Scary Movie 6, the long-running Spoof franchise, is returning to theatres in potentially 2026. And not only that, but also some of the creators from that franchise are returning for the first time since they released the second movie back in, 2003? I'm not really sure on the top of my head. And those creators are the Waynas brothers, Marlon, Sean and Keane. So we know all three men are returning behind the scenes for the latest installment. Whether or not any of them are going to actually appear in the movie is another question itself. Hopefully they will, but that remains to be seen at the moment. For the most part, the Scary Movie franchise was based on horror spoofs. You had movies like Scream, obviously, I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Ring, The Exorcist, the Saw franchise. They had other movie genres mixed in as well, like War of the Worlds, 8 Mile, Brokeback Mountain, starring Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal from back in the day. Through them Signs, the movie Signs, starring Mel Gibson from back in the day as well. But he also brought in worldwide celebrities away from the horror stuff and brought in some real life situations, such as the Michael Jackson situation when he was alive. The whole allegations against him with kids and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to get into. As of right now, there is no further information in terms of casting. I'm hoping a lot of the OGs will come back, such as Brenda, the actress who played Brenda, Sidney Prescott, Anna Faris, the Waynas brothers, Marlon and Sean. I wouldn't mind seeing, I know a lot of people have been saying this online, which I find is actually really funny. It would be cool if they had Melissa Barra, I probably butchers her name, which I always do. For those who don't know, she was a part of the newest Scream movies. And unfortunately she was fired, I think last year or the year before, due to political opinion. So it'd be interesting to see if they can have her appear in the Scary Movie franchise and maybe make fun of some of that controversy, if you will. I don't know if she will. She has said that she would actually like to be in a Scary Movie. She would like to appear in the Scary Movie franchise at some point. So that door is open in a sense. Whether or not it happens remains to be seen, but I'm all for it personally, because I think that would be really cool. But nonetheless, let's get on with today's episode. Let me know your feelings down below on how you feel about a Scary Movie 6 installment in the franchise. And any concerns or questions you might have regarding the franchise. But take care and enjoy today's episode. Waynas brothers reunite for new Scary Movie with Miramax and Paramount Pictures. The Scary Movie reboot that was announced at CinemaCon has finally come together, with the franchise creators reuniting for the first time in 18 years for a new original screenplay. The earlier series was a send-up of slashers like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. The new Scary Movie will shoot next year for theatrical release. The Waynas and Rick Alvarez are writing and producing the movie. They got me interested just by having the Waynas brothers, on board with the project, either in front of the camera or behind the camera. Because they created this franchise, so the fact that they're coming back to this franchise makes me excited, and knowing what they can do together. So I'm personally really thrilled about this news. The Scary Movie film franchise was developed by Marlon Waynas, Sean Waynas, and Keane Ivory Waynas. Keane wrote and directed the first two films. Marlon and Sean wrote and directed the first two films. Miramax boss Jonathan Glickman exclaimed, "We are thrilled to reunite Scary Movie with the Waynas brothers, the brilliant creators behind the beloved franchise. The timing is perfect to bring back the series to the big screen, and we are lucky to have Keenan, Marlon and Sean's unique comedic vision bringing it to audiences around the world." Marlon, Sean and Keenan told Deadline, "We couldn't be more excited to be a part of the new Scary Movie and work with each other again. This is a franchise we created more than 20 years ago. We remember people laughing in the aisles and hope to see that happen again. We look forward to working with Jonathan Glickman and his team at the new Miramax to bring these laughs to theatres where they belong. It's a double reunion." The Scary Movie comedies during the early aughts grossed north of $896 million worldwide throughout 5 movies. Scary Movie was released in 2000, which was one of the highest grossing R-rated horror movies of all time back in the day. The film opened at $42.5 million, which was the biggest opening for an R-rated horror movie and a black director at that time. Scary Movie is part of Paramount Pictures' first look deal with Miramax. Miramax is the studio behind the franchise and Paramount Pictures is releasing worldwide. Miramax Motion Picture Group President Becky Salvatore is overseeing the project for the label. Marlon will be seen starring in Justin Tippin's psychological sports thriller, Him, produced by Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions, out September 2025. And this is really cool as well that Marlon confirmed this on his Instagram page. "Last week I said I had a huge announcement to make. Well, here it is. We are back. After nearly 20 years, the Waynas brothers are finally going to give the fans what they've been asking for. A return to the Scary Movie franchise. We are looking forward to having fun on the big screen again." And this is just... I had heard there was supposed to be plans for another Scary Movie, but details were pretty much quiet for the most part. Which is fine because these projects tend to get announced and then they sort of drift off into the distance for a while until something big comes out, either like a poster, trailer, or a production notice, to the point where fans then begin to lose their minds. So when I saw this news about the Waynas brothers coming back, I was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. If you're going to bring back a legendary franchise like Scary Movie, bring back the creators after a long period of time of being away from the franchise is a smart decision. Now the skeptical part of me is the part where they're putting it in cinema. Like, I don't personally mind. I would watch it on cinema, in a cinema, or on streaming. It doesn't really bother me either way. But it's been so long since we've seen a spoof movie, especially one that went to cinema and actually did well. Like, I don't even remember the last time a spoof movie was released in cinema and actually did well. Hell, I don't remember the last spoof movie that was released in cinema in general, but never mind. If we do, they're either like straight to DVD or straight to streaming. So this makes me a little bit nervous, but for me as a fan, if I feel like the movie looks good, I'm going to go out and support it, whether it be streaming or a theatrical release, so it doesn't really bother me in that sense. But I obviously do want this movie to do well, especially for like us lot who grew up with these movies. And there's no other casting information available either. Personally, to me, I would like to see some of the OGs back, like Brenda, Sydney, Shorty, played by Marlon Wayans, Craig, I think played by Sean Waynes. So I would like to see a lot of the OGs back, if possible, if they'll be up for returning. I know there was an article just then that popped up about Anna Faris on her conditions on returning to the Scary Movie franchise. But I don't know if that's recent or if that's an old article, so I'm not going to bother reading that. I remember as a kid watching like the first two Scary movies, and I had no business watching these movies whatsoever. I have zero regrets. These films are great, and they hold such a special place in my heart. I've even introduced these movies to like younger generations in my family, like my nephews, for example, and they've enjoyed it for the most part. Not huge fans of the movies, probably forgettable for them, but nonetheless, for me and many people my age, this is really cool and really exciting. I'm a big wait to see the first trailer for this movie and get some casting updates as well for this movie eventually when that comes out. So with that being said, What's your thoughts on this news? Are you excited to have the Waynas brothers back for the scary movie franchise? Have you seen any of the scary movies before? Which one is your favourite? Let me know your comments down below. Until next time, take care, stay safe, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.